Okay, today's problem is zigzag string. This is difficulty medium. Asked PayPal. That'll be, well, yeah, that will be not surprising when you see the problem, but the string, excuse me, PayPal is hiring. PayPal is hiring is written in a zigzag pattern on a given number of rows, like this. Okay, so that's the input. The input is the string and the number of rows. Now, if you zigzag it like this, and usually I don't see it zigzagged, quite that way, although it doesn't matter. I think it makes it look harder to zigzag it that way. Like, oh my gosh, I have to figure out how many spaces are between each one of them. Usually I see it zigzagged this way. P, A, Y, I, S, H, I, etc. Just all together. So really the spaces don't matter. All right, and what they want you to return is the string if you read it line by line, like straight across, like P, A, H, N, A, P, L, etc. Write the code that will take the string and make this conversion. So we get as input the text, the original text, and the number of rows. Okay, it's a simpler example. Number 2, A, B, C, D, written in a zigzag becomes A, C, B, D. Okay, so here's what we can do. Let me move this over here, and I'm going to move this over here. Okay. All right, so edge cases first. Okay. If B, the number of rows, is 1, then the string is going to be exactly what it was coming in. The input string will be the same as the output string. Or if the length of A is less than the number of rows, the length of the input string is less than the number of rows, because then we're just going to have a vertical version of the string, which if we read it straight across would be the same as the original input string. All right, if we get past that, we're going to create an array of string builders for each row. All right, so in this PayPal is hiring example, we have 3 rows. Is there any way to do this so that we can see the code and the PayPal is hiring at the same time? Yeah, let me see. Oh, I'd have to move this over here. Yeah, we can see the code. Can't see all the comments, but that's okay. We could probably scoot it over a little bit more. All right. So let's see. So we have three rows in this example. By the way, you could do this with just strings, but don't do it with strings. Strings are immutable, and you can convert this advice into your programming language of choice. But if you're going to do a problem with a lot of string manipulation, updating strings, concatenating strings, don't use strings. It's inefficient. Okay, what you want to use is some data structure where you can modify the strings in place. Now in Java that would be a string builder. Okay, you can do this with strings. It'll probably work, but it'll be very slow. I tried this. There's a similar problem on LeetCode, and LeetCode will give you kind of a histogram at the end of how your solution compared to everybody else's solution. And if you try to do this with strings, you'll wind up, down in like the bottom 10% on the timing. So again, yeah, don't do that. All right, so we're going to create an array of string builders. Current row will start at 0, and then we need a flag to tell us whether we're moving down or up. Now, initially, we're going to start in row 0, and we're going to move down. So for every character in the original string, and we'll convert it to a character array. So for every character, we will append that character to the current row. So how would that work? Well, the string is like PayPal is hiring. So if current row is 0, then again we've got an array of string builders here. So we would put a P in the first string builder, and then we would adjust the current row. If we're moving down, we would add one to the current row, and in fact we are moving down. Next one, we would get current row. Now we're on row 1. We get the next letter. That is an A. Okay, so that goes here. Still moving down. And we would get in the third string builder a Y. Now, when do we change directions? We change directions when we either hit the bottom row or the top row. Now, in this case, we hit the last row. Current row is now equal to 3 minus 1. We're in row 2, so we flip the down and we go back up. We get another letter. It's a P. And we adjust the current row, so it's going up. So the P is going to go here. Okay. And again, we are still going up. P-A. What is the next letter? P-A-Y. P-A. So that goes here. Flipping the down flag again. Okay. Now we're going down. We get the next letter. It goes here. Well, you can see how this is going to work. So once you get through that loop, every letter will be in the appropriate string builder, and then we just need to concatenate the string builders. So we'll create one more string builder. I'm not able to scroll this. It's not at the bottom, is it? Oh, here we go. Create a new string builder and take all the rows and append them into this new string builder. The first row, and then the second row, and then the third row. Convert the result to a string and return it. And that's it. This is rated medium. Again, not all mediums are created equal. This is on the easier side of medium, I would say. So, yeah, let's try running this. Easy, hard, woo, wow. Okay, so that was fast. Usually the hard test cases will take a little bit more time than that, but yeah. All right, that is zigzag string. Key takeaway here, I think, is if someone gives you a problem that involves a lot of string manipulation, use a string builder or some corresponding data structure in your programming language that lets you modify strings in base. All right, thanks for watching. If you want to keep improving, I put together a PDF of the most common patterns that occur over and over again in coding interviews. It's a free PDF. You can find the link to it in the video description. if you download that, I'll also send you a 5-day mini course, coding interview pattern reset. It's 5 lessons, about 5 minutes apiece, and you'll learn how to recognize the coding patterns that interviewers actually use. You'll be able to explain them clearly under pressure. Again, that's delivered by email. Now, if you're interviewing or planning to, I think this will really help you, and we'll see you next time.